Hello, everyone. Welcome to another Friday night sit down. Today, we're doing something just a little bit different. This is going to be a quickie because it is Valentine's Day. And though we're not like super big on the whole Valentine's Day thing, we have decided to beat the rush for all of the dinners that are happening tonight. And we decided to stay in. And we will take our date night to another night, possibly tomorrow or in the week. It's only a day that should happen every day, actually. So, as we were talking about this, everybody's so nice and so loving on Valentine's Day, giving gifts. We thought to ourselves, we couples should be doing this every single day. We should be acting like this every month, every year, and almost every day. So we thought, why not let us do like a 30-day challenge with you guys? We kind of already do our own thing, but just like a more intentional 30-day challenge that kind of gets you in the habit of making sure that you're not just fixated on one day like Valentine's Day, and that you're fixated on love with your partner every single day.
Yeah, I definitely agree on that one. I'll participate in a 30-day challenge
Okay.
on showing. Oh, you said showing appreciation, or
It's showing an appreciation. So basically, after Valentine's Day, there's a need for consistency in things just beyond Valentine's Day. So like in showing love. So basically, I came up with a list on just simple, low cost or no cost ways that you can show appreciation or love, because we wouldn't want anybody to break the bank doing a new thing that they haven't done before.
but it doesn't. I mean, I don't think it require. I don't think showing appreciation for somebody necessarily means breaking a bank or buying expensive items or nothing like that. I mean, I think like um uh, any gesture of kindness,
I'm on button.
any gesture of kindness to that person is or going out your way to do something nice for that person that doesn't require um spending money or anything. I mean, I think that's suffice for that 30-day appreciation, a greater appreciation.
Yeah. So we want a greater appreciation, but we also want to extend our love. So we want to show love. A part of that is showing appreciation, but in the way of showing love, right? So I kind of came out with a quick breakdown. This is going to be a really quick video today. So, we've broken it down into day 1, day 7. So this is going to be a weekly task. Day 14, day 21, and day 28. So you have a total of 5 days in a month. 5 days. I'm pretty sure you guys can do even more than 5 days.
Five
Where
days in a month.
in a month, a 30-day challenge. So you don't have to do it every day, but it would be nice if in between you could maybe add a little extra. But it's just more of like
What do you
intentional.
mean? I don't get what you mean. 5 days in a month.
So we're doing a 30-day challenge. So for the next 30 days,
Yeah.
every 7 days, we are going to intentionally,
Oh, so you're doing a 4 week
yes.
challenge.
Yeah, but it's 30 days. It's a whole month worth of challenges, right?
Okay.
So
So it's weekly, not daily.
I mean, it's broken down like that. But in between those days, you can also come up with your own thing. It's just to get you into the habit, if you're not already doing so, to
Because
spend intentional time
the
together.
reason why I said that when you say 30 days, I'm thinking every day. But obviously, it from what I'm gathering is at least once a week for
Yes.
that 30 days.
Yeah. But in between that. So the idea is to get everybody in the
Yeah,
habits.
but at least once. But nobody's saying you can't do more. You can't continuously do what you're doing, but at least once a week, try to do something outside the norm or extra for that person.
Yeah. So
From what you're
life,
saying.
yeah, life gets busy sometimes. So I thought we went over this, Nick. Life gets busy sometimes. So the point of the 30-day challenge is to be in, make sure that you are intentional at the end, the beginning and at the end of 7 days, basically. Make sure that you are intentional. So day one, you make sure you're intentional. So we could start on Valentine's Day. At the end of the week, maybe you could bring her some chocolates. Tell her, I love you 50 times in a row. Or she can tell you, I mean, I'm being silly 50 times in a row. I don't know how you would do it. You guys know what you guys need. Um, Send an unexpected heartfelt text, something like that on day one of the challenge. Okay. So we can consider today day one, but we can also forget, let's nix today because today is a commercial, almost commercialized day. So if we start fresh with day one, starting say next Friday, day one, we can start with heartfelt texts. So that is really cute to receive a random heartfelt text in the day. Any additions
Um,
to day one? We're still on day one. Other than, I mean, surrounding the text, anything similar to that?
no, I mean day one. You just, I mean, obviously, um, each person know you should know your spouse or your partner, your friend, or whoever you decide to do the challenge with, and just go at your way to do something that they like or appreciate.
Okay, it doesn't that doesn't cost any money. So now we're going to day 7. So I know this is going to sound corny, but maybe dance together for 5 minutes. So put on some music and dance. That can come out very romantically, and it can also come out as a very silly thing because it's not something that you normally do. But however you end up with this dancing situation, it's going to cause you to have a moment together that whether it becomes comical or not so comical, it's cute, right? It's cute.
Yeah, and I guess most of these ideas that we're throwing out there are pretty much just spending time together, just more time, bonding time, which end up being reaching doing extra, just doing something extra for the person or appreciating them more with
Mhm.
just more bonding time because life get busy.
Okay, day 14, no phone. Your phone goes, Nick. He loves this thing. So the phone is going to go on day 14. We're not going to have any more phones. Okay?
Okay.
Do you think you can go phoneless?
Yeah, why not?
Okay. I definitely can because I don't know where mine is half the time. So, no phone. So, plan a no phone evening, no interruptions, no phone because social media, phone calls, and social media are usually the big interruptions between couples. So, um, I just had a thought about the text night. I know a lot of people don't like to do this, and that's fine. But for those that do, maybe even pouring out your heart in a public way on a post, that could be really cute too, right? On a social media post, since we're on the topic of social media. Did I just say topic? Topic of social media.
Yeah. Um. Well, it you can do that, but I mean, it goes back to the type of person you're
Yeah, it just
you're
depends.
with.
Yeah,
I mean,
that's just
if the
another
person,
option.
yeah, exactly, and like I said, just throwing ideas out there, right? So if the person appreciates stuff like that, then that's another way to show your appreciation. That's another way to kind of love on the person in that moment. So yeah, I mean, I agree with that. If that's what the person like.
Okay. So the next one I have is day 21. We are going to recreate our first date. Now, obviously, you can't do this every single month, recreate your first date. You can do a date night in a place where you've never been to before, or a date night that would be different or unusual, or a first experience with your spouse, a first ever experience. So, we've never been here before. We have never done this before. Like we went on a date some years ago indoor skydiving, and I thought that was a cute date. That was an experience we've never had before.
Yeah, I think it doesn't necessarily have to be a first date, but something that you guys did that was kind of, memorable,
Hmm.
or left an impact
Impact.
on both of you guys. So, I mean, it doesn't necessarily be the first, but I mean, something that left a mark. So,
So if you don't actually physically recreate the first date or do something new and unique
yeah,
with
yeah.
each other,
Or even do something new, something you never did before, something that
even
you desire to do and never had an opportunity. And now you're taking now you're gonna plan for it, and you're gonna do it.
yeah,
So
so even having a conversation about it or recreating a first date or your first date or kind of reminiscing on the first date in conversation. So even a conversation about it or a conversation about some fun things that you did in the past, that can be a memorable moment. It can help you to understand where you're coming from
yeah,
and where you are now. So that can be impactful.
yeah,
Okay, so we are on number day 30. And day 30 is going to bring us back to school, pen and paper. We can write down, and no cheating, no text messages with this one. In handwritten form, write down what you love most about your spouse and hand it to them in a cute little notes. So that costs absolutely $0, 0 cents.
yeah. That's actually writing something shows that you it's a little, I think it means a lot more when you take the time to write something. That mean it's a lot of thought that goes into it. It's a lot of it's a lot of it's a lot of, I would say, love that goes into when you take the time to write something down, because you know how it is now, social media, with all these
Mhm,
technology, you could you could have something write something
mhm.
for you, or you could whatever. But when you actually take the time, put grab a pen or a
Put your
pencil, put your fingers on it, and go to work, then I think that's for me. That's I would really I appreciate stuff like that, because I know what it takes to do that. When I know there's easier way where you could just text or whatever, and it happens. But when you go to the trouble of actually writing something down, that means there's a lot of value there.
There is.
So, but for me though, like that, and I have one more thing to add for that 30 days. I think what as couples, what what we're gonna do is I would really like to just go back over the, we'll talk to each other about going, we'll go over those 30 days and just express to each other what we learned, and what we thought we could have done better, or how much as we how much did we gain from doing that. So just a little, just to summarize
In
the whole
comparison to last month
the
before
whole the
Valentine's
whole
Day.
thing. So, just because those are little goals, little milestones that will help, I think, build your relationship. And also the time that you'll sit and actually speak with your spouse or your significant other will definitely strengthen your relationship, because the more you have conversations, without the outside noise or whatever. It only strengthens your relationship, and it also helps. I know for me, it helped to build patience because you getting to understand that person more because you're talking to them more, and you're doing things. You're doing things that's helping you to understand that person more. Because I don't believe just because I think you got people that live with people, but because they don't do certain exercises or they don't partake in certain activities with that person, you never actually know the person fully, completely. So I think every relationship is different, and I think you have to find what what activity or what event or whatever it takes to kind of, for lack of better terms, dig deeper to kind of know that person more. If that make Does that make sense? What I'm saying?
Yeah, it makes
So
sense.
so I'm a firm believer in that because I mean, just even like me talking to my wife or whatever, I know once you start doing certain activities or whatever, then you might see another side. You might see something that you never understood before, but just because of what you're doing, you get an aha moment like, oh, okay, that's the reason why that is like that, or you just have a deeper understanding of the person, I think.
That just gave me a quick light bulb moment when you said you understood why I had this fear of water, like to some level.
Mm.
So I don't know if you remember that moment, but there was a moment in which I told you, I said something to you, and then I probably said it to you before, but it just suddenly connected the dots for you. And you're like, okay, that's it. I'm sorry. And then you were like really apologetic
Oh, when we
when we
were
were in the
in the
pool.
pool. Oh yeah,
Yeah. In the
yeah. I
pool.
see stuff like that. And that's a perfect example.
Yeah.
Like you told me you didn't, you know, you're not a water person, right? And I'm
Well, no,
like,
no. I'm
why?
I'm a water
You're a water
person.
person, but there's just to a
Start.
limit, to an
Yes.
extent, right?
Yes.
And I'm like, why would you? Why are you like that? You know what I mean? But um,
I
just
had
we did,
traumatic
yeah.
experiences. Yeah.
So there was a water activity that we did that really opened my eyes, and I was like, okay, now it makes sense why you said that. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
So without that activity, I would never really, I know, but I wouldn't really know the depths
He
of.
didn't take it seriously.
You know what I mean? So there you go. That was a perfect example. Like there's
Hmm.
just certain things that you will do with your spouse that will help you to
Open
understand
your eyes. Yeah.
each other more. So I mean, like, so these 30-day challenge or whatever
Hmm.
you want to call it. I mean, I'm pretty sure that if we take our time to do it, that will it will strengthen. I mean, I don't think it could be any harm.
Yeah. So
You
we
know.
want you guys to join in with us on this 30-day challenge. If you're going to join in, please let us know. And also go ahead and let us know what what that thing is that you guys like to do in your relationship to reconnect with each other? Is there something special that you feel like works for you guys? Because we want to know. We definitely want to know. We're over here yapping. We want to know what you guys do to reconnect with each other, what special things or little secrets you have. Don't get too deep. You don't want to know everything. But what little things do you do that may be unique, different, or just even everyday things?
Yeah.
What do you do to reconnect?
And it doesn't have to be anything crazy. I mean, I mean, little things, just
Love boosting
little,
habits.
yeah, little chores, little stuff you do
Hmm.
for just considerate stuff that you do for your spouse. I think little things add up to big things. It's just when you disregard the little things, then it becomes. I just think that's it becomes worse and worse and worse and worse. So I mean, just I think if you practice the little things, then it becomes a habit to continue to do those things. So if every day you're practicing something, then it just becomes automatic. It's just becomes muscle memory for you to do that. So um, that's the reason why I always practice. You could never stop practicing how to love your spouse. Yeah, that's it. You should never stop practicing how to love your spouse.
Mhm. Mhm.
I just came up with that, guys. That was a good one. But it's
Okay.
true though.
Yeah, that is a good one.
That is true, right?
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
should never stop practicing how to love your spouse.
Mhm.
So, however you want to take that, it's a broad, it's a big one.
Mhm.
So, um, but I think that will work. That will that will hold true for a lot of things.
Mhm. So, we have come to an end here on this Friday night podcast on Friday, February the 14th, 2025. Today makes it easy to remember the date. Next week, we are going to have our weekly, I guess our monthly break. So next week, there will not be a full podcast, but I will be able to. I think I'm going to go ahead, maybe do
Maybe we could do something. So we're going somewhere.
yeah,
We're
so we're going out of town. I
we're
think
going out of town, but we will if we maybe we could do something. I don't know. We will see what
no,
happens. You're not
next
okay.
week,
Whatever.
yeah, next week we're not doing
We'll
the
skip next
podcast.
week.
What I'm going to do instead is I'm going to be putting out a community post, and who knows, maybe we'll get a short out of it. But
Yeah.
we will not have a full length podcast next
Yeah, because
week.
we're gonna be on the road. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, so we instead we are going to be coming back on the 28th. So we should have a podcast out the weekend of the 28th. Yes, the end of the month. So that will be our 1 week away from you guys. And again, as always, if you guys are interested in these relational topics, marriage, communication, family, any of these topics, please go ahead, hit the like button and hit the subscribe button down below. If you are interested in lifestyle vlogs, home decor, decorating, shopping, tons and tons of shopping, and saving money. Don't forget to save money. I'm sorry. If you're interested in any of that, gosh, I didn't even cover my mouth properly. But if you're interested in any of that, please go ahead and subscribe to the channel. And we will see you guys back here on Friday the 28th with more amazing topics. And of course, if you have any insight or would like to see us talk about anything specific, please
put it in the comments below.
Yes.
And we'll definitely talk about it. We'll definitely talk about it. If you have any topics or any ideas of what you want to hear us talk about, just put it below and we will definitely give our insight on it. Yeah.
Okay, until next time, guys. We love you guys. We will see you guys later. Bye.
Bye bye. Bye bye. Bye bye.